Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is gonna be absolutely bonkers. Now, today is your comprehensive housing market update, something that I love to do tremendously. And we're gonna start out the video by accessing Lennar's website so that I can show you guys massive price cuts. Then we're gonna review my updated market analysis by accessing the data from my local MLS. Then we're gonna talk about all things interest rate. Now, after that, we're gonna conclude by taking a look at months of supply for new construction, which is updated finally, and months of supply for the overall housing market in total. Now, before we begin, guys, I did make chapters for this video, so do me a favor, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and shoot me a comment below because you guys know I love hearing from you. But let's start by looking at the massive price cuts right now. So we're gonna do that by accessing Lennar's website, and I'm gonna take you guys to Austin, Texas right now, just to show you guys how bad it is in Austin. And this is a special shout out from one of my core viewers. I'm not gonna shout out your name because I don't have permission, but she went out to Austin, guys, because of watching my videos, and she actually secured a house for a discount that's over what you're about to see now. But as you guys can see, there are massive price cuts going on right now in Austin with Lennar. Now, the first house, as you can see here, is a drop of $117,000. So the original listing price was $653,000. If we keep going down, take a look at this one, guys. This one started at $709,000. It has been cut down $142,000, cut down 20%, you guys, to $567,000. If we go to the third one right here, we could see the starting price was $607,000. Lennar has cut that down to $108,000, or a drop of 18%. So again, my subscriber actually got $160,000 off. I think she got maybe 25 to 30% off. But again, guys, I want to be specific. She's a well-qualified buyer that is prepared for negative equity loss. Okay. So, before you go running out there to buy houses, guys, understand that I do think that there are good deals, but I'm not saying there are great deals. So what you're going to want to do to check your local housing market is just type in your local housing market. I'm going to put in Houston right here, because that's my local housing market. And as you guys can see, Lennar actually has this map here, and you can actually select any one of these communities just to get those specific prices on those houses for that subdivision. But as you can see, even in my own local market, massive price cuts, $35,000. These are really low priced houses as well. This is a huge price cut of $50,000 right here, you guys. So there's a lot of price cuts. Here's a really, really good price cut in Houston. Here's another good price cut in Houston. So I want you guys, I want to challenge you guys to check Lennar yourself, or really any new home builder in your local housing market, and tell me if you see massive price cuts as well. But again, you guys, special shout out to my subscriber because she got over $160,000 off a home that she purchased in Austin. So if you can, comment below so I can pin your comments. Let me know if you're going to comment, but mad respect to you. Now, again, you guys, and I did tell her this specifically, and she is prepared to go through negative equity decline. We both understood that we can expect home prices to go down even further. Nevertheless, she was able to find a good deal. Thank God she didn't purchase, obviously at the peak in June and pay $160,000 more for the same price. So you guys, again, we're starting to see some good deals in some metro areas, but I'm trying to tell you guys, hold out for a great deal. Part of the way to determine if it's a great deal or not is by understanding your own local housing market. So now what I'm going to do is access my local housing market that we've been reviewing for the past 5 months or 6 months, which is Kingwood. And we're going to do a market analysis on Kingwood that I've already done actually. And I'm going to show you guys the active inventory in Kingwood, and you guys are going to tell me what's a good deal, what's not a good deal. And then I'm going to show you guys what's vacant, what's not vacant, and what does Opendoor own, if anything, in my local market. Let's take a look. Now, remember, this is something that you can have your own realtor do if you're out there looking for houses. This is a market analysis, as you can see here. Here's the date range. It's the entire year of 2021. The city is Kingwood. The important thing about this information, guys, is that I know in the local housing market that I want to purchase in, I know that the average home sold for $126 a square foot in 2021. So I'll go back to 2019 or even 2018 to get all of this information. But right now, all I'm doing is showing you guys 2021 information so that when I access information in Kingwood, we can immediately find out if the homes are selling for under the average of 2021, since we know the average is $126.39. So here's my MLS right here. As you can see, I've checked active. I'm going to put in only Kingwood because that's what I did the market analysis on, was only Kingwood. As you can see, there's 93 matches. I'm going to take a look at the results. And the first thing I'm doing is I'm categorizing these listings by price per square foot. So I can immediately tell that there are 9 properties. Okay, do you see that right here, guys? There are 9 properties right now in Kingwood, which is a small market, but there are 9 properties right now that are listed for under 2021 averages. Do you see that right here? So all 9 of these. So we're going to explore all of these houses right now so that I can show you guys essentially how many of these are vacant and then also see whether or not Open Door owns this. And then we're going to do a quick analysis just to see if there's any wedge built into these houses. So of the 9 listing, guys, I've highlighted the 6 that are currently vacant. So it's fair to say of the top 9 lowest price houses in my local housing market, almost more than half of them are vacant. So do you guys see that here? I've highlighted all of the ones in yellow that are vacant. So now what I want to show you is how many are owned by Open Door. As you can see here, there is 1 property of all 9 that is owned by Open Door. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do an analysis on this 1 property that is owned by Open Door just to see if there's any wedge in here, because the reality is this may not be the number 1, cheapest house, but what it's not telling you is this home also has a pool. So this is this is under market value, and that's what we're going to take a look at now that we've determined that this house can possibly be a good deal, and we're going to put a little bit more time in this because it's owned by Open Door. So the first thing that I want to do, guys, is I want to point out that now I want to look at the property's subdivision. So that's why I highlighted Kings Manor. I also want to point out that the property is 3,181 square feet, and it is selling for $118.20 a square foot. Now what I'm going to do is access this subdivision, King Manor, because we're going to go hyper local and we're going to find out what properties sold for over the last 6 months. And we're going to remember that this is being listed for $118 a square foot, and the square footage is about 3,100 square feet. So what I've done is checked off sold right here, guys. So I want to see the last 6 months of properties sold in Kings Manor subdivision. So I'm going to show you guys that right now by putting results right here. Okay, then I'm going to go to stats. I'm going to put tabular data. And essentially, it's going to tell us that the price per square foot average is $144.52 a square foot. Now, again, you guys, I don't want you to rush out purchasing property. I'm just showing you some very simple, basic ways to tell whether or not you have a good deal. So now that we know that the average home sold for $144, okay, then we minus the $118.20 a square foot. That leaves us a difference of $25.80 a square foot. So once we have that, guys, we then multiply that by the square footage, which was 3,181 square feet. Hit equal. That means that there's about $82,000 of potential profit in this house. But not only that, guys, what I didn't show you is that property also has a really nice pool. So not only is there $82,000 profit, there's also a super nice, which actually looks like a fairly new pool. So this is a property right here that I would be interested in if I was in the market to purchase, which I am not right now. So I hope you guys found that helpful. It's just some very general ways to do a market analysis and use price per square foot to look at a ton of data and see whether or not something's worth your time. And I also hope that I highlighted the amount of vacant homes and the fact that vacant homes are generally going to be listed for under market value. And not only that, guys, Open Door is also on the list of the top homes for under market value in many metro areas. So all in all, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that part of this video. What we're going to hop into right now is everything interest rates. All right, guys, and I feel like a horrible person. I forgot to do the poll. I have been burnt out this week. My channel had a virus. Looks like YouTube is working on it, so everything's okay. They haven't corrected my analytics yet, but at least they're working on it. So I'm sorry for not putting the poll out, but what we see here is essentially interest rates did not change. They actually changed only 3 basis points. It went from 6.61 last week to a new average of 6.58. Now, generally, remember, guys, you're going to get an interest rate between 50 to 75 basis points higher than what the average is, depending on the trends of the market. So we're at 6.58. And again, that is no decrease. So what we're going to do is try to figure out what the average of next Thursday's interest rates are going to be by only looking at Friday's 10-year treasury. So we're essentially going to have to guess while missing a lot of the data. And I'm going to have a downward guess again this week. It's been very, very difficult for the poll to get it right whenever the interest rates go down. I believe that's going to happen very, very, a little bit this week. And let me show you why. The 10-year is slightly lower than it was last week. And again, I feel so bad that I didn't do the poll, but we're sitting at 3.69. So that's, again, slightly lower. Now, it is possible, guys, that, come Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the 10-year skyrockets and everyone's wrong. But because this 10-year right here is slightly lower than it was for the start of the week, and I'm going to say they're going to go down slightly, just very, very slightly, 8 basis points to an average of 6.5. And again, we're just looking at this 10-year. This is very, very difficult to do, guys. And especially if you're calling, interest rates in a roller coaster type environment like we're having right now, when everyone thinks that the slightest whimps of lower inflation, the Fed is going to pivot. It's absolutely ridiculous, guys. The Fed did not say that they were going to pivot, and they did not say that they were going to lower interest rates. So more than likely, and again, this is probably going to really spiral out of control in 2023, the start of 2023, but interest rates are going to go up. We pretty much know that for a fact, so it should be no surprise. And that's why I was saying you can find good deals, possibly find good deals right now. But if we wait, we have better odds of finding great deals. So do me a favor, guys. I'm going to shoot a poll out. Vote on the poll with just using the data that I provided you, and let me know if you agree that interest rates are going to head down a little bit this coming week, or whether or not you disagree and think they're going to go up. Let's finish out this video by taking a look at inventory, because we have a new update when it comes to months of supply for new construction. So what we have here is the months of supply for new houses in the United States. This is for Fred Economic Data. This was updated on the 23rd. It did go down ever so slightly from 9.4 months to 8.9 months. And I do want to point out, y'all, it's probably that way as a result of the insane buying incentives that we now have that we didn't have at the beginning of the year. Don't forget that we didn't even have these opportunities. So if you did wait and you recently bought, at least you guys got some incentives, or at least I hope you did. But the good news, guys, is we are still well over 6 months, which is generally considered a buyer's market. So right now it is an extreme buyer's market in new construction, and that is a fact. But let's look at the total overall house. So here's the overall total housing market as far as months of supply available. Now it went kind of sideways week over week, but we're sitting at 3.5 months. So that has been going up pretty steadily, and that is a really, really good sign. We want to hit 6 months, obviously, guys, or more, and we will probably do that in probably a few months coming up, probably when we hit spring, no later than summer. We're going to have well over 6 months. That's what I'm thinking. But again, we're already sitting at 3.5 months of supply in our housing market. Now, real quick, guys, this week's champion, I'm going to just say it like this. It's our entire channel. You guys, there were so many different people this week that had first place comments. It was pretty much impossible for me to pick one. So just special shout out to everyone. Almost every day we had someone different. So again, you guys, big love. And I would have done a lot more research, but I have been drowning in work, guys. I've been struggling to catch up. So, give me a little bit of mercy. I am catching up. I have refreshed my mindset, and I'm really looking forward to continuing to take you guys along this journey with me, because remember, I want to buy too. I have a family that's waiting on me, my own family. So I really want you guys to follow that journey with me, but I'm also looking forward to giving you guys even more value in the form of data and on location reporting. In conclusion, some well-positioned, well-qualified buyers might start to be able to find good deals. Not great, but good deals. And if you have a realtor, or if you're on the sidelines like I am, and you've already started working on your credit, your income, and your assets, have your realtor start doing some market analysis on the areas that you want to purchase, so that you can better understand the differences between a bad deal, a good deal, and a great deal. Now, other than that, guys, I really hope you guys got some value from today's video, some insights and some perspective. And if you're out there investing in real estate, you know I wish you luck, and I hope you win.